Title: More Than a Message. He sent the message without overthinking it. Hello. That was it. Simple. No clever pickup line, no emojis, just one word sitting in her Instagram inbox. She almost ignored it. She was used to messages like that. Men popping in and out of her DMs with empty greetings and shallow intentions. But something made her tap his profile. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was boredom. His page loaded. Young. That was her first thought. Too young. His pictures showed a fresh face, bright eyes, and that kind of confidence that hadn't yet been weathered by life. He couldn't have been more than his early 20s. She leaned back, slightly amused, and typed back anyway. Why do you want my number? There was a pause. A few minutes passed. She assumed that would be the end of it. Then her phone buzzed. Because I'm attracted to your mind. She blinked at the screen. Not your body, not you're beautiful, though she had heard that countless times, but your mind. She studied his profile again. Quotes in his captions, books in the background of one photo, a short video where he spoke about growth, purpose, and learning. Still young, though. She smirked and typed, Well, you look young. Another pause. Then, I am, but I know what I like. That made her laugh softly. Bold. Unexpected. She stared at the message box, her thumb hovering over the keyboard. This was ridiculous. She had lived more life than him, experienced more, seen more, lost more. What could possibly come from this? And yet, there was something honest about him, something unfiltered. She sighed, then typed her number. What do I got to lose? She hit send before she could change her mind. That night turned into a phone call. The phone call turned into hours. Hours turned into days of conversations that never felt forced. They talked about everything: books, dreams, fears, childhood memories, mistakes, healing. He listened, really listened, not waiting to speak, not trying to impress, just understanding. And she found herself opening up in ways she hadn't in years. Weeks passed, then months. The age gap that once seemed like a wall slowly became irrelevant. He challenged her thinking. She grounded his energy. He brought lightness into her life. She brought depth into his. They grew together. 10 years later, the message was still there in her inbox. Hello. She scrolled up sometimes just to remind herself how it all started. How one simple word shifted the course of her life. He was no longer that young guy. Time had shaped him. Experience had matured him. But the essence of what drew her in, the sincerity, the curiosity, the way he saw her mind, never changed. They sat together on a quiet evening, laughter filling the room as easily as it always had. She looked at him, shaking her head with a smile. All this from a hello? He grinned. I told you. I knew what I liked. She reached for his hand, still amazed at the chance she took all those years ago. What did I have to lose? She whispered. As it turned out, nothing. And everything to gain.